Hey guys, my name is Michael and welcome to the Writers News Network, your weekly update on the world of books and the people who write them. Let's get started with our first segment today, new releases hitting the shelves this month. First up is 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, which is hitting the shelves in online stores on Tuesday, October 25th. It's set in the year 1984 in the city of Tokyo. A young woman follows a taxi driver's enigmatic suggestions and begins to notice puzzling discrepancies in the world around her. She enters what she realizes is a parallel existence. The Q stands for question, which is a world that bears a question. Meanwhile, an aspiring writer named Tango takes on a suspect ghostwriting project, becomes so wrapped up in the work and its unusual author that soon his previously placid life becomes unraveled. Next up is Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, and that's out now. Based on more than 40 interviews with Jobs conducted over 2 years, as well as interviews with more than 100 family members, friends, adversaries, competitors, and colleagues, Isaacson has written a riveting story of the roller coaster life and searingly intense personality of a creative entrepreneur whose passion for perfection and ferocious drive revolutionized 6 industries: personal computers, animated movies, music, phones, tablet computing, and digital publishing. Next up we have The Litigators by John Grisham. This book comes out Tuesday the 25th as well. The partners at Finley and Figg, all 2 of them, refer to themselves as a boutique law firm. Boutique as in chic, selective, and prosperous, which they are none of. What they are is a 2-bit operation always in search of their big break. Ambulance chasers who've been in the trenches much too long and making way too little. Their specialties are quickie divorces, DUIs, and the occasional jackpot of an actual car wreck thrown in. They've been together for 20 plus years, and Oscar and Wally act and bicker like an old married couple, but somehow continue to scratch out a half-decent living from their seedy bungalow offices in southwest Chicago. In industry news, author Lauren Myracle was asked to withdraw her book Shine from the National Book Awards finalist list for young people's literature. Myracle wrote that she was asked to withdraw by the Book Foundation to preserve the work and integrity of the award and the judges' work. Her book was announced among the first 5 finalists, which was announced live before an audience at a radio broadcast in Oregon on October 20th. Later that day, a 6th book, Chime by Franny Billingsley, was also added to the list. The National Book Foundation released a statement saying that an error was made in the original announcement of the finalists, and they apologized for any confusion and hurt it may have caused to Lauren. It also said that at her suggestion, they were pleased to make a $5,000 donation to the Matthew Shepard Foundation in her name. What's funny is that I understand, don't get me wrong, I understand that chime and shine sound very similar. In fact, that is a mistake that probably anybody could make. But it's the fact that Franny Billingsley and Lauren Myracle are so different that they sound absolutely nothing alike that I don't know how that mistake could have happened. And they were saying in an article that the communication and the announcement had been made over the phone, which apparently somebody was eating lunch and smoking a cigarette and driving at the same time and decided that they weren't going to pay attention and wrote down the wrong name. But, I mean, isn't that something you want to double check? Maybe follow up on? Or you would think at least the person who's announcing it would be able to say, hey, wait a minute, this isn't the right book. We can't announce that. How dare you? And then to go and to say, hey, Lauren, we're sorry, but you have a great book, but it's just not good enough for us. So we're going to have to ask you to withdraw. Which, by ask you to withdraw, we really mean off. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of ridiculous to me and is a shame that it happened, and I feel really bad for her. I know one thing people can do to support her, though, is to buy her book, and not that it's a completely shameless plug for her book that I haven't read, but it seems like it'd be a nice thing to do. So I'm going to put a little thing here and here with the link to her Amazon page, and you can go and check it out, and if you want to get it, you know, it'd be a nice thing to do for an author who's been kind of kicked around the last couple days. Another thing we have for you today is a query letter critique slash suggestion advice thing for you. And that is, always begin your query letter with the name of your main character. Now think about it. I don't know. Might work. That tidbit of information was actually put up by Janet Reed via her Query Shark, and I know that it works for a lot of people, so it might be something you would be interested in trying out. Maybe give it a shot, see if it makes that query a little bit more riveting. That novel you've been working on for a while. You might wanna do that. In other news, I was browsing around goodreads.com/Twitter/YouTube and happened to run across this person named Ginger Boof. B-O-U-F. Bof. Not really sure how to say that, but she has a couple videos on her YouTube, and she reviews videos doesn't review videos. I lied to you. She reviews books. And she's done The Hunger Games and a couple other books on there, and she's pretty funny. So she's definitely worth checking out, which, again, I'll put a link down there. So yeah, she's also one of the top users and top reviewers on Goodreads. So you know that you're getting at least pretty good review from a reputable source. So yeah, check that out as well. So I think that's going to be about it for today. Thank you for joining me on the Writers News Network, and hopefully we will see you soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful week.